Hello, Tiffany Boyd with Free Your Children here. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. I wanted to jump on here and give you a call to action. This is regarding our legislation, the FREE Act, HB 552, Senate Bill 494. If you have been keeping up with our bill, you will see on the General Assembly that it has it listed that it's going to be heard in the House Education Administration Subcommittee for tomorrow, which would be March the 11th. The bill has actually been rolled out of the House to next week. Representative Todd Warner requested last week that that bill be rolled to the following week. There has not been the website, the Tennessee General Assembly website does not reflect that change, but he has officially requested for the bill to be rolled. So if you are planning on coming to the House Education Administration Subcommittee to hear our bill or watch it go through that particular committee, it has officially been requested as of last week that that bill be rolled. I actually have a screenshot of the email that was sent in to request that the bill be rolled. So it should be noted on the Tennessee General Assembly website at any point. It has not been done as of yet, but I made phone calls just a few moments ago, and they have been notified that that request was made and that the website should be reflecting that ASAP. The bill will be held in the Senate Education Committee again this week. That's Wednesday, March the 12th at 3 p.m. I highly encourage all homeschoolers, especially in lieu of the information that we have received today, that you show up. We need to be there in large numbers. There is opposition to the bill, specifically coming from juvenile judges in the state of Tennessee. I want to add that it is not a judge's place, in my opinion, to legislate from the bench. We should all be concerned within the homeschool community as to why juvenile judges in the state of Tennessee would not want to recognize the constitutional rights of parents and a bill that would give parents true educational autonomy. It is very concerning that we are getting pushback from the juvenile justice system in the state of Tennessee regarding a bill that grants parents or recognizes parents' right to educate their children as they see fit, especially in lieu of the fact that we have so many children missing from state custody that are unaccounted for, and especially in lieu of the fact that children that are adjudicated and the state has custody of are worth so much money per day to the state. If you are a homeschooler, you should be asking yourselves, why would juvenile justices in the state of Tennessee have a vested interest in homeschool parents not having their constitutional rights recognized? I have said from the very beginning that Tennessee is marching toward dangerous territory. Parental rights are being usurped on a regular basis. Educational rights, we as homeschoolers in the state of Tennessee need to come out in force and hold our legislators accountable. So if you are a homeschooler and you are in the state of Tennessee, you need to make sure that you show up for our March the 12th Senate committee hearing on in the Education Committee, where the FREE Act is going to be heard. We requested to have 3 people sign up to give testimony Wednesday. That has been denied. We gave testimony in support of the bill last week in the Education Committee, but we're not going to be allowed to do that this week per the information that I was given today. So the only way that they're going to know which homeschoolers are supporting this particular piece of legislation is that if you call and email your legislators, and also if you show up in person, we have signs that we have already created that you can hold up while we're in the committee meeting. Again, this is a call to action. If you are anywhere near the Tennessee State Capitol, If you live within driving distance, and even if you don't, but you're willing to make the drive, we need you there. I cannot make it clear enough how important it is for homeschoolers to come out in person so that our legislature can see that this is a bill that the homeschooling community wants to see passed in the state of Tennessee. If you have not contacted your legislators by phone, by email, I encourage you to do that. But the best way to make an impact on legislation in Tennessee is to show up as bills go through the committee. If you live in the Middle Tennessee area and you want to join us, you want to carpool, you want to follow us, let us know. We will be happy to make that happen. If you need information about parking, we would be happy to help you with that as well. I encourage you to be there no later than 2:30, where we will gather outside of Senate Hearing Room 1. That is the location where the bill is going to be heard, so that we can go in and get seats together. Remember, we are stronger in numbers, and we need you to show up. Across the country, homeschoolers are fighting legislation that seeks to usurp their freedoms and affect their rights. And in Illinois, they just had 2,000 families or 2,000 individuals show up fighting back against draconian legislation that would seek to really wreak havoc on the homeschool community in Illinois. We have to be proactive here in Tennessee instead of reactive. So we need homeschoolers to show up in support of this bill if you value your freedom. You don't even have to be a homeschooler. If you believe that parents have the right to educate their children without government overreach, then you need to be out supporting this bill. What it's looking like, the entities that are pushing back, they're government entities that are pushing back in opposition to this bill. If you believe that the government should have more say in how your children are being raised and educated, then we've got some major issues here in Tennessee. If you don't believe that the government at large or any of their departments should be making decisions regarding homeschooling and your right to educate your children as you see fit in the state of Tennessee, then you need to show up at the Capitol on Wednesday, March the 12th. Be there no later than 2:30. The Senate Education Committee is supposed to start at 3 o'clock, but there are government entities in Tennessee that are definitely pushing back against the FREE Act, and they don't want to see this pass. So the only way that you're going to be able to make an impact is if you start showing up and if you start contacting your legislators and having conversations. Remember, you elected them to serve you. It shouldn't be the other way around, and they should be doing what their constituents feel like best reflects their needs within your district. So make sure that you take the time to reach out. Again, we need you to show up for the Senate Education Committee. It's scrolling along the bottom of the screen, March the 12th. That's this Wednesday at 3 o'clock p.m. We will meet outside Senate Hearing Room 1 at 2:30. Make sure you wear your Free Your Children shirts if you have one. If you do not, wear bright orange so that we can be easily identified. We have signs that we can pass out. Reach out once again to your legislators. Tell them to vote yes on the FREE Act. But you need to know that juvenile judges in the state of Tennessee are opposed to this legislation, and they're pushing back. Homeschool families, you need to be asking questions. Why are juvenile judges concerned about what parents who are homeschooling are doing in the state of Tennessee? And why would they be opposed to homeschool families in the state of Tennessee having a bill that would provide them with the recognition of their rights to educate their children as they see fit? The last time I checked, my children didn't belong to the state. It's time to push back. So this is your call to action. This piece of legislation is going to show us who really in Tennessee is fighting for freedoms, who really in Tennessee cares about parental, educational, and constitutional rights. No more excuses. I don't want to hear if you are in a co-op and your co-op meets Wednesday, your whole co-op should be at Cordell Hall on Wednesday, March the 12th. If you have tutorial classes on Wednesday, March the 12th at 3 p.m., your whole tutorial should be at Cordell Hall. Bring the kids. Kids need to be there. They need to see what the legislative process looks like. You do not maintain your freedoms unless you stand up for them. We are one legislative session away from losing our freedoms. I just recorded a podcast today with Nikki Truesdale. We talk about this particular topic in the podcast with her. I think it will be airing hopefully tonight. If not, it'll be airing soon. Tune in and listen to what Nikki has to say about this as well. Again, if you are invested in homeschooling or if you are invested in freedom, this is your call to action, and we need you joining us March the 12th at 3 p.m. Committee starts at 3. Be there at 2:30 at Cordell Hall, Senate Hearing Room 1. This is it. We're down to the wire here. We have to have bodies show up at the Capitol, and it needs to happen this week. Wednesday, March the 12th at 3 o'clock is the committee meeting. Again, we'll be there at 2:30. This isn't a one and done. If it passes through the Senate, then it's going to be in the House, and you're going to need to show up again. Stay connected with Free Your Children. We're getting ready to issue a call to action alert via our newsletter. If you are not signed up for our newsletter, you need to make sure you get that done. You're going to have to check back often on all of our social media platforms to see what's happening. Things are moving quickly, but you definitely need to be concerned about the pushback that's coming from the juvenile judges here in the state of Tennessee. Homeschool families, now is the time to act, and I expect to see each and every one of you that can possibly be there to link arms and join us this Wednesday. I hope you will all come. And if you have questions, please reach out to us and we will be happy to get those answered. But we are in crunch time. The General Assembly only has this week and next week left, and then it's over and done. So if you want to see true educational autonomy in the state of Tennessee, the time to act is now. I hope everyone has a great day, and please make sure you stay connected with Free Your Children for more updates. Thank you.